Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I have another tutorial for you. This time we're building up a fantasy style cottage. If you're looking for a build in this style, then this might be the one for you, as there is a lot of nature involved in this one and it fits well inside of a forest or in a plains biome for a fantasy style village. So if you enjoy the video, be sure to go down, leave a like, consider subscribing if you're new here, and with that, let's get into the tutorial. As always, we want to start things off with the foundations and the dimensions of the build. So I'm going to fly up here and you can pause the video and take a screenshot of maybe the dimensions if you want to follow along. But basically this one here on the back wall is going to be 17 blocks along. This one here is going to be 7, the same on either side. The little bit that sticks out, it comes out by 7 blocks and joins together with 5 along this side. Then what we want to do is take the cobblestone blocks and stone brick blocks and build on top of the concrete, and this adds a nice bit of texture going all the way around, mixing the two blocks together. I like to keep the stone bricks as the main block and use cobblestone to break that up, but basically you want to go all the way around of these temporary blocks until you have a completed base. Once you have something that looks like this, we want to build up the corners by another 4 blocks, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Once again, mixing in the cobblestone and the stone bricks to create some texture. Come to these sections and we actually want to build up both of these corners going up like that, and that way it breaks up this wall and they are separate from each other. Once you have the frame in, you should have something that looks like this now, and it's time to get to work on the walls. So take some white concrete and we want to fill in all the way along the top in line with the blocks that we have already placed, and fill in these sections as well, so we have a full wall. This one though is going to go into a point, so it comes one higher than this block here, then it goes another 2 on top of that, and another 2 on top of that one, so we have this nice pointed shape. Then something to note we also want to do is come back with our stone bricks and cobblestone. We can actually take some of the blocks up like this, and again it adds a little bit of extra texture and variation to the wall as we kind of build up and gradient it out. Also take in some diorite, mix that in to add some texture, and add in a few birch logs here and there to look as little bits of the wall that has chipped out, and something along those lines. Copy that on the other side. Then once you have both of these pointed sections in on the walls, the rest of them you bring along the top of these sections we have already placed in for the pillars, and these just get filled in. And then you do the same trick with the texturing, adding in some stone bricks, some cobblestone here and there, and then texture it out with some more diorite and some of these logs, and this goes all the way around. You should now have something that looks like this, with the walls all textured and the stone and cobblestone bringing up from the bottom a little bit as acting as a little bit of a gradient. Now it's time to work on the roof, and it can be a little bit tricky just with the shape. But first of all, I want to take a stone slab, come to the very top half of this block here and bring those slabs going all the way across until you get to the other end. Then coming back to the front now, we want to take a stone block and place it on that slab like this with 1 block on top. Place a slab on the inside, a slab on top of that, then 2 more full blocks going out to the front, because we want this to arch out the way as well as up. Then repeat that again, like so. Come to the other side and do the same, placing slabs going all the way across in the top half. 2 blocks like so, slab on the inside and on top. Coming out the front with 2 blocks, slabs on the inside again, out once more like that. Then one more final time, on each side with some slabs and some full blocks, until you get into the middle. Then in the middle you just want to place a temporary block with a full block in the middle and bring that out again in front. A slab in front of that, on top, and 1 more slab sticking out, and that is the main shape now for our roof. This design then repeats again on the other side. Alright, so both roof sections are now done with sticking out either side like this. To join them up, come to the very top and you want to have this 4 blocks along, so 1, 2, 3 and 4, 2 bottom slabs coming from that, come underneath these slabs and come another 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The same from this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 slabs, 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then join those up with bottom slabs going all the way along. And there we have the frame for our roof. Next up, we need to fill in the roofs now and take some red terracotta and some pink terracotta and come to one of the sides and the very top and place it on these 2 blocks like this. Coming from this bottom little slab here, again we come out like this, and we come out along like this, and this carries along all the way to the other side. Not forgetting though to add in the texture with our pink terracotta as well, like that. I want to do that all the way across on both sides. Getting there now, and with the main roof now done, we can move to this little section at the side. For this one, we want to get our white concrete and diorite back out and place 3 blocks along with 2 blocks on top like that. Then with our stone slabs, the same as we've done along the front, we want to put these along the sides here and here. And once again, the same roof design with a full block going up by 2, slabs coming in, 2 full blocks, slabs coming in, 2 full blocks on top of that. Same goes for the other side. And then to meet in the middle, a temporary block with a block coming out, 2 slabs, 1 coming out again. Then to join it up, this one comes out by 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2 slabs, this time though only 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then slabs along the bottom until we touch with that. Once again, we take our red terracotta and pink terracotta and we build along the lines that we already have for the roof and go all the way until we meet up with the sections on the main roof. Now that we have the roofs in place, the build is really starting to take shape and we can see just what it's going to look like in the end. There is still a few things we can do to this roof, however, to make it pop a little bit more. The first thing is to use some andesite blocks and slabs, and this way we can add some texture to the frame of our roof. So just go around and randomly place in some andesite here and there, replacing some of this stone, and it's a very subtle bit of texture we can add, but it does add all the difference once the build is complete. The other thing we can do is going back to our red and pink terracotta, and all of these straight lines are nice, but they can be nicer, I think, by just messing it up a little bit. So adding in some areas where it may come out a little bit more or pop up like this adds a little bit of variation to the roof itself, and can add that little extra bit of character that it needs just to finally pop. And again, mixing in your textures with the pink terracotta, things like this, here and there, like that, I think looks a lot better than the nice straight lines that we had earlier. So I'm going to do that all around the roof with the texturing on the frame and the additions of the messing up blocks like this, and we can take a look at how it looks. And now the roof is all complete, I have textured up all of the terracotta and added in andesite texturing for the frame, and I think it adds a lot more character to the build having it like this over the straight lines that we had earlier. Now time to move on to a chimney. So come around to the left hand corner over this side, count in by 5 of these slabs, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, break away number 6 and 7, replace those with stone bricks going all the way to the floor, 1 more on top. Then on the inside you may need to break away one of your terracotta blocks, but you want this to go another 7 high here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, like that. You want this to be a 2x2, so bring it up like this and make sure there's no gaps and things, and just you may need to break away some of the terracotta, but we want this to be a 2x2 going up. Then we want some stairs facing inwards like this, place a temporary block and 1 on top of that, have that coming round in the 2x2 as well, with some upside down stairs facing the same way to create this little design. Then on top of this block we want to have some walls, and these go up by 2 blocks with some stairs facing in the opposite direction like that. And there we have our chimney design. We do now have to texture this out again, as always. I like to come in and add in some upside down stairs, regular facing stairs, and that way it adds a nice little break in the texture and looks like bricks and things maybe have fallen out. Add in maybe a stair there. As you come lower down, you may want to stick this out on the sides like this. Maybe add in some stairs like here, and some stairs and slabs on the bottom, something like that. Finally, we want to take our cobblestone again and break away some of these blocks, replacing it with cobblestone, again creating that texture. Not to forget, you can replace some of the walls and stairs and things with cobblestone as well. And you can do this as much as you like until you get the texture you're happy with. You may have wondered what this section out here at the front with this more concrete on the ground is, and we're going to work on that just now. It's going to be a little canopy to store things in for the base. So coming in line with the bottom one of your roof blocks here, come along to the middle and place 2 blocks out and 2 blocks along the back like so. Underneath that and coming out by 1, bring it all the way around following the line like this. Then place a temporary block under there and block coming out. Bring that out again and all the way around and join that up like so. Once again, texture that out with the pink terracotta until you have something that matches with your main roof. Once you got that, place in dark oak planks the corners and the middle, with the back corners included as well. On the inside, place dark oak trapdoors facing out like so. Then place fences going up from each one of these dark oak planks, and fence gates underneath of the rest of the blocks. Finally, some oak buttons on the fronts of these planks and on the sides, and that's going to be a nice little canopy area we can decorate out with some hay and things later on. Now we're going to start adding in some windows, and the very first thing we're going to do is right at the front above this canopy we have just made, we're going to put a little window. So punch out these 2 blocks, 1 block above of our canopy there. Place a glass pane in there, doesn't really matter what colour, whatever one you want to use. I'm using light blue here in mine. Dark oak stair upside down right there, another one underneath. Some trapdoors either side with some trapdoors flattened against the wall like this, and another trapdoor above it, and that's our first little window. Moving around to this side, we're going to put a window right here. This is actually going to be a 2 wide window, so this one is going to be right there. You punch away the 2x2 like that. Again, glass panes, filling it in. Dark oak trapdoors on top. This one I'm going to actually have one of the shutters being closed like that. Upside down stairs along the bottom with another trapdoor right there. And that looks like this shutter can be closed as well. Trapdoors on either side hanging down. And that is this window now decorated. The doorway is going to go here, so we're going to go around to this side and decorate out this window now. Once again, place or break away 2 blocks like that. 3 actually, because we want to have an upside down stair, and this one's going to be a 2 high window. Upside down stair underneath. Trapdoors either side of that. A couple of fences either side of those. And more trapdoors up the top, creating this little pattern. Moving on round to the back, we're going to leave this section without any windows, and on this back wall here we're going to have quite a tall one. So place an upside down stair on the second block up, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and an upside down stair inside of there. Again, the glass panes go in the middle. We have upside down stairs on either side with a trapdoor on the bottom and on the top. A couple of fences and then 2 stairs facing inwards like this, with a trapdoor on top, and that will be our back window. finally, moving down to this right hand side from us there, and count in 5 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, break away a 2x2 like that. Upside down stairs on the bottom, this time the shutters are going to be open, like this. Place in the glass panes with little bits on top like that, and then you can decorate those bits out, and that's going to be all of our windows now in place. Now you may be thinking that yes, we have windows in place, but there's no way inside of this building as of yet, as we don't have a doorway. So our doorway is going to go right here and right in the very middle. We break out 2 blocks like that, and then what we want to do actually is bring your stone bricks up like this, and even mix in some of the cobblestone as well, and that's going to give a door frame. Bring out the stone bricks again out the front, a few slabs in front of those and to the sides. Once again mixing in the cobblestone just to continue with that texturing effect. Put 2 walls either side, a slab on top like this and like that, and then your door, I'm using a dark oak door to go with the windows. It's going to go on the inside, and that is our door and entrance now done. The final bit of detail we can add on the exterior of the build is actually go around and finding little flat areas just to add in some slabs and just build them up like this, and this gives a nice effect as it looks like the building is maybe crumbled away a little bit and has been in the process of having some damage done to it. And it's good to do it in this section here, as it is a little bit more plain back here. But you can add in some slabs and things around, even some walls as well, to give a little bit extra detail like that, and just do that all the way around. We're almost done now, but it's time for the finishing touches. And again, like we said earlier, we can fill this area out with some hay. And I just noticed you may want to, if you placed in the temporary blocks like I did, replace those with some grass like that. But yeah, fill this up with some hay in here, and that gives a nice little effect like that. Place some barrels and chests around is always a good way to add in some detail to the builds. So something like that, and you can do this kind of all the way around, maybe back here as well, as this bit is a little bit more plain without much detail and things, something like that. Then take some leaves, and I want to create almost like vines coming down like this, maybe into this corner and coming back out again, and bring those all the way up to the roof. And again, that adds a nice little bit of nature and effect to our roofs. And that's the build all completed. I've not done an interior for this, but maybe that could be in a future video. As you can see, I've added in a path and some other exterior decorations, and that way it really helps it settle into the environment with the forest and the trees, and I think it suits the area really nicely. I love building fantasy style roofs and buildings. I think it is a nice and creative way to use the different blocks in the game. So I hope you did enjoy, and it's given you some inspiration to build up builds for yourself. If you liked the video, go down and leave a like, consider subscribing if you're new here, and thanks again for watching. Until the next one, bye bye.